It's Wednesday, time now for another Discuss vid, and we are less than a week away from E3 2018 taking place out in Los Angeles. And over the weekend I gave you guys an opportunity via Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and the YouTube community tab to answer some questions. What are you most excited about when it comes to E3 2018, whether it's games already announced, rumored, etc.? Is there any concerns you might have concerning E3? Feel free to share your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding E3 below in the comment section if you didn't get the opportunity to submit prior to the deadline. Alright, so E3 2018 is taking place Tuesday, June 12th through Thursday, June 14th. Here's everyone that's going to be there as far as I know. You got the big shots: Microsoft with Xbox One, Sony with PlayStation 4, Nintendo with the Switch, Bethesda, Ubisoft, EA is going to be there. There's also going to be the PC gaming convention. And I find this freaking hilarious, Devolver Digital. I love those guys. They're so freaking funny. And their presentation last year was the best out of all the presentations. Most of them are terrible. Hopefully 2018 will be way better when it comes to all the presentations. Yeah, maybe. I like their little report card. Hopes, expectations, hype, reality, grade, and review. Oh, Devolver. You always manage to crack me up. Okay, let's get started. Over on Twitter with Carlene, I'm really looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 news, as we might get a release date for it, and Fallout 76, because I want to know more about what it is. I think a lot of us are very curious about Fallout 6, and I think there's definitely Kingdom Hearts fans that have been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for quite some time. Steven, anything Bethesda? Having a really good feeling, plus a new Fallout announcement. I'm worried about there being no surprises left, however. I'm hoping that Bethesda's presentation this year is way better than last year. Last year was like all about the greatest hits, and it was overall a pretty big dud. But with Fallout 76 front and center, some potential there. I'm really curious about what Fallout 76 is going to be all about, along with several other people as well. Next, we go to my friends over at AAA Digest, Cyberpunk 2077. I feel like CG Projekt Red are game changers alongside Rockstar and Naughty Dog in the industry right now. So I'm pumped to see anything regarding that game. Biggest concern is Ubisoft bringing the cringe with yet another live musical performance. Yeah, Martin, that was awful last year. I mean, there was a lot of love in the Ubisoft presentation last year, and they did announce some really good games, but that musical number, I was like, what were you guys smoking, Ubisoft? Really? And I think we're probably going to be hearing more about, let's see, Assassin's Creed Odyssey coming up at their presentation as well. Next, we're going to Dillinger Blackheart. Right now, I'm looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima. Let's see, The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. Anything else is a bonus. Only concern is, will Xbox show a dope new exclusive? I hope so. And that's definitely the advantage that PlayStation has over Xbox, is they have the exclusives. Most recently with, Detroit Become Human, God of War before that. So Sony, they definitely are getting the market cornered when it comes to exclusives, along with Nintendo, obviously. So yeah, Xbox really kind of sort of needs some exclusives. I'm sure we'll probably hear about a new Forza Horizon game, most likely, but is that going to be the only Xbox One exclusive? I guess we'll find out in a few days from now. Christian, hoping to see something about Bloodborne 2. That will be neat if there's going to be a second one. I think that Bloodborne was pretty well received, and I don't think they're going to make any more Dark Souls, so obviously I guess the developer will have to shift focus to something. So it would make sense for them to do a sequel to Bloodborne. Well, I guess we're going to, once again, hopefully we'll find something out about that coming up at E3. Nexus, more Red Dead Redemption 2 news would be nice, but I doubt Rockstar is going to E3, so I guess I'll have to be more excited about the cringe compilations. Well, we got some pretty big information Monday regarding, the Special Edition, Ultimate Edition, pre-order bonuses, along with the collector's box for Red Dead Redemption 2. And I agree, Rockstar doesn't really care about E3. They have a history of showing E3 the finger. But at the same time, we have seen Rockstar games presented on various stages. Like, for example, Sony, when it came with the current gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5. So, hypothetically, we still could see something revolved around Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully gameplay. I really want to see some gameplay of Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe at the Sony stage, because I think they have some sort of deal with Rockstar right now regarding Red Dead Redemption 2. So that would be really cool if that was something that we saw, hopefully at E3, at the very least. I would also like more information regarding Red Dead Online, or whatever the online version is going to be called. Stitch Fan! I'm looking forward to Spider-Man and The Last of Us 2, Fallout 76, hopefully, a Walking Dead Season 4 release date, and Spiral. Yeah, those are definitely some games that a lot of people are looking forward to as well. Alex! Since I'm on the PlayStation, I'm looking forward to seeing gameplay demos for Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, Days Gone, and hopefully maybe some Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff. Doubtful as given how Rockstar is, and Fallout 76, though, I'm not expecting it to be good. And I'm really excited and interested in Spider-Man. Last time I saw the most recent trailer to it, it gave me a little bit more hope for Spider-Man. So it might be something definitely worth checking out when it comes out. Another exclusive, right, for Sony. And regarding Fallout 76, I don't know. I can't explain it, but I feel kind of positive about it from everything I've read. It might be an online game, but actually might be a really fun and good online game with some story mode elements to it. But once again, we won't know exactly what Fallout 76 is going to be about until, you know, the Bethesda presentation. Connor! I'm really excited for Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Red Dead Redemption 2. I like the setting of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I also like the setting of Assassin's Creed Origins in Egypt. I never got around to playing it, unfortunately. I should, because a lot of people have sung high praises about Assassin's Creed, and I have played a few Assassin's Creed games in my day. Black Flag is still my fave, though, and I don't know if that'll ever change. Jesse! Too late. No, it's not too late. I think he made this post like an hour before the deadline, so nope, you're not too late. My biggest concern is Battlefield 5 being less Battlefield and more off-the-wall Call of Duty. Most excited to see some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay, as well as more information about Fallout 76, although also concerned if it's going to be too much of a multiplayer focus. Yeah, I think that is definitely a concern regarding Fallout 76, and I think it will be online. That's what all the rumors are pointing towards. But it's not necessarily the end of the world. It still could be a very good game. And it might be something a lot of Fallout fans enjoy. And depending on when it comes out, I may have to check it out because I also like Fallout, even though I would rather have a new Elder Scrolls game. Maybe one day, Bethesda. Elaine! I'm most excited about Bethesda talking about more about Fallout 76. Seeing what Sony will discuss regarding The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, and what Microsoft will bring to the table. I think the only concerns I have about Fallout 76 is its multiplayer component, and if this E3 will finally bring some good news to Xbox after shortcomings with State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves. Now, I know Carrick over at ACG, one of my good friends who does some fantastic reviews of AAA and indie games. He loves State of Decay 2. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. But Sea of Thieves did get a recent update, Hungering Deep, which I think introduced the Megalodon. And some people seem to enjoy it. I don't know what everyone else feels about it. Has it brought anyone back to Sea of Thieves? I've been kind of interested in getting back into Sea of Thieves, especially with the new update. It's just I need to find me some fellow scallywags and scurvy dogs to head back to the high seas with in order to hunt down the Megalodon. So, yeah, I mean, I really wish that Rare would have had more to offer when they launched Sea of Thieves a few months ago. But still, it's definitely a beautiful game. It just doesn't really have much to it. Now we're moving on over to the YouTube community tab. First off, Beast Mode is excited for Fallout 76. Brian is hoping for a God of War story DLC. And I don't know if they're going to actually mention anything regarding God of War at E3, but God of War was extremely popular. And so it's always possible that we may see the DLC for God of War. I'm sure they're working on a DLC, no doubt. I mean, most video games now have DLCs. So yeah, there's a very real possibility that you might just see a DLC for God of War at E3. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see, J. Rich Productions, Nintendo in general. And Nintendo had a really good year in 2017. introducing the Switch, some fantastic games, including Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey. I've yet to play that, but I heard it was awesome. A few other games too. I'm curious to see what they're bringing to the table in 2018 and 2019. Hopefully, with the more developers coming to the Switch, and with the sales of the Switch, doing rather well over the past year, surprisingly well, I think that you're going to see more games coming to Nintendo Switch in the next few years. And I'm very impressed with how well it was received. I like my Nintendo Switch. I love playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, but other than that, I've been so focused on PC gaming, playing on the PS4, Xbox One, that unfortunately it does get neglected. But I also hear good news that not only are there more Super Nintendo classics back on the shelves, that they're actually bringing back NES Classic, which I missed out on, and a lot of people as well, because they made so little of those when they shipped out. They didn't make enough to meet the demand. So hopefully, just hopefully, I will actually be able to get my hands on the Nintendo NES Classic. Epics, Ghosts of Tsushima, Fallout 76, and Battlefield 5. Calamity Jones is also excited for Ghost of Tsushima. So we've had a lot of interest thus far with Ghost of Tsushima. So hopefully we'll find out more information about that game and like what's going to be about and when it's going to be coming out, along with obviously once again Fallout 76, Battlefield 5 as well. L&H Productions, Skull and Bones, Splinter Cell, Red Dead Redemption 2. This is what I'm waiting to see at E3. Those are the only games I'm excited for. I want to be excited for Skull and Bones because I am a pirate fan. Black Flag's my favorite AC game, as I mentioned a moment ago. I was very excited for Sea of Thieves, even though it could have had a lot more content in it. Maybe eventually Rare will add enough to make it worth going back to. And Skull and Bones, when I first saw it a year ago, I was really on the fence about it. It felt like they only took like the ship elements of Black Flag, but that wasn't the only really fun part about Black Flag. It was the idea of swimming around and sailing around, but also getting off the boat and being a pirate and dressing like a pirate and going around on swashbuckling adventures, which I guess you can kind of sort of do with Sea of Thieves. But I guess my vision for Skull and Bones is to be kind of like a more mature version of Sea of Thieves with a lot more going on. Riley! Honestly, nothing catches my fancy this year at E3 except for Red Dead Redemption 2 and Black Ops 4. I love how people call it Blops 4. That is such a funny nickname for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Blops. But, like we mentioned a moment ago, I also am hopeful that we might see some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay, probably on the Sony stage, maybe, maybe not. I don't think Rockstar is going to bother going because they have a track record of not really caring for E3 or any of the other conventions either, like Gamescom or the PAXs. So I really don't think that we're going to see Rockstar there. We may see Take-Two there, which is the parent company of Rockstar. Maybe they'll promote it along with their 2K games. And what I would like to find out is what exactly is Hangar 13 working on. Obviously, they're not going anywhere. They've expanded their offices. They have an office now in Brighton in the UK, and they must be working on something. I don't know if it's Mafia 4, but rumor has it that the game either got scrapped or shelved, and they're focusing on something else entirely. So I would like to see what Hangar 13 has been working on since Mafia 3. Now, whether or not we see Hangar 13 at E3 to tease or promote their next game remains to be seen. But if they are there to promote a game, chances are that game isn't going to come out for at least a year or two. So at the very least, we'd probably get maybe like a little tease, a snippet, a taste of what Hangar 13 might be working on. That's what I would like to see at the very least. Moving over to Facebook, we did get a couple submissions. First off, going with Christopher, Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding. I want gameplay. I want to know what the hell Death Stranding is all about. I mean, we've had, what, 2 trailers for it featuring Norman Reedus, and I still have no idea what that game's going to be about. So maybe, just maybe, by E3 2018, we'll actually get a general idea of what the vision is regarding Death Stranding, right? Hopefully. And, of course, Alex, excited about Red Dead Redemption 2. If Rockstar is going to reveal there's going to be a PC version. I believe that there will be a PC version. I don't know if it's going to be announced at E3. Like I mentioned already a few times, Rockstar doesn't really care for E3 or these other gaming conventions. They don't have to. They're so popular with their games like Red Dead or Grand Theft Auto that they don't need the conventions to promote their games. They put out a trailer, they put out a photo, they put out an article, it goes viral automatically. That's just the way Rockstar rolls. They know they don't have to go there. Even if Take-Two's there promoting a game by Rockstar or Sony's promoting a game by Rockstar, they have somebody else to do it for them. So they don't even have to lift a finger. And like I said, I really do believe that we will get a PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2. I think it will probably come out a few months or perhaps a year after the release in October. But Rockstar is not going to mess it up. They want to do it right. Very similar to how long we had to wait for a PC version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Rockstar sees the popularity and the demand for PC gaming. They understand that completely, and so does Take-Two. They're not going to pass up on an opportunity to put out a game that's going to sell well on PC, as well as the online version of Red Dead Redemption 2. So fear not, PC gamers. I have a feeling that there will be a PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2. Not going to come in October, but it could be like 6 months later, or maybe earlier. Maybe it'll be 3 months later or a year later, depending on how far along Rockstar is with getting that worked out. And I think they probably learned a lot along the way with the PC version of Grand Theft Auto 5, so that may give them a head start, and we may actually get a PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 much sooner than we got the PC version of Grand Theft Auto 5. At least we can only hope, right? But either way, I'm willing to bank on there being a PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2. And finally, heading over to Discord, Kane left a submission. Spider-Man 4, because fadeaway memes. Kane and memes. Black Ops 4, because we might get more info on multiplayer. Blackout, which is the Battle Royale mode that's coming with Black Ops 4. Mainly for you, it's about the zombies game mode, because the map of the Roman era, the map of the Titanic, and the map of many other people are excited for. Blood of the Dead. The Walking Dead Season 4 would be a game I'm most excited to see and most interested in. The story of past games continue the story with this game, and the characters can possibly return, and the choices and endings that could happen this year could be fantastic for E3. So there's a lot of games that we went over via Facebook submissions, Twitter, the YouTube community tab, and of course Discord, that are going to be hopefully making an appearance at E3 2018. And hopefully they'll all turn out to be really good games. And even if they're games I have no real interest in playing myself, like, for example, Battlefield 5 or Call of Duty Black Ops 4, I do hope that when the games come out that they are well received, they're good quality, and they make the fan bases extremely happy with that investment. Now, Battlefield 5 is a concern for me because it's set once again in World War II, and Call of Duty a year ago went back to World War II, and it felt like it was World War II in name only. And that was an issue I had with that game, was you don't call a video game Call of Duty World War II, and you only feature like one theater from the war. That was the European theater, from like the D-Day invasion onward. There was, as far as I can tell, I don't remember, I didn't follow it as much. I don't think there was any DLCs that revolved around the Russian campaigns or island hopping in the Pacific against the Japanese Empire. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for Battlefield 5, is that it'll actually be a fully fledged version of World War II, where we'll go different places, not just Europe, but into Russia, to Stalingrad, to the Pacific Campaign, Iwo Jima, the attack on Pearl Harbor, and of course the North African Campaign as well, Sicily, Italy. Because World War II wasn't just about Europe. I mean, yeah, it started in Europe with Hitler's Blitz, when he was taking over Poland and the rest of Europe before he launched an attack on the British, and then went with Barbarossa to the east in a failed attempt to take down the Soviets. But it's a World War II game. I expect it to be all over the place, right? But only time will tell. And like I said, I also am hoping to see some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay. I don't know if that's going to happen at E3, but I guess we'll find out in a week from now. And if you didn't have a chance to make any submissions regarding your views, your thoughts, your opinions, the games you're looking forward to, your concerns regarding E3 2018, feel free and leave them below in the comments section.